I'm excited about this video because I'm going to share with you how I transform my life by using my imagination to create the life that I want. It's so exciting. You got to stick around to watch it. I went from being on welfare to being a doctor. I wanted to travel all over the world. I traveled all over the world. There are so many experiences that I wanted to have, and I used my imagination to create the life that I want. And now I'm going to teach you how to do it. Welcome to Dr. K Speaks, and I'm Dr. K. I'm here to help you to navigate through the many challenges in your life's journey so that you might ultimately become the highest version of yourself. And yes, right now, what I'm going to do is talk about how to use your imagination to create the life that you want. I'm going to be going through my vision boards. We called them image pages back in the day, but I'm going to be going through my vision board slash image pages to show you just how powerful the imagination is. And I utilize vision boards and visualization to create the life that I want all through my imagination first. That's where it all started, with my imagination. So because I did it and other people did it, I know that you can do it as well. And also, I want to let you know that in my book, I rewired my brain, my journey to freedom. I talked about the vision boards and I gave detailed explanations on how to create the vision boards. And I also talk about how vision boards can help to rewire your brain so that you can become the highest version of yourself. So without further ado, I am getting ready to show you my journey of what I did to level up and use my imagination to create the life that I'm living right now, which is the life that I wanted. Now, this next vision board that I'm going to show you is one of me wanting to have a convertible, some credit cards. That's what you see. Uh-oh, the opposite. That's what you see right here. And I wanted to write books, so that's down there. And then on this side over here, there is a boat because I wanted to have a boat. Oh, sorry, everybody. So I wanted to have a boat and I wanted to have a house on the water. So let me say, as a result of focusing on this vision board, I did manifest convertibles. And on this side right here, you can see that I have, here's me in my convertible Mercedes. Well, I have a convertible Mercedes right now, but this one at the time was a convertible PT Cruiser. I have not updated my page, but this is the first convertible that I had, and I loved it so much, and I just rode my little baby to death. That was my PT Cruiser 4-cylinder engine. Traveled all over the place with her, and I kept getting it fixed, and I bought it brand new off the lot, and my mechanic said to let her go because she was tired because I just rode her too hard, too much, too far on that 4-cylinder engine. But that's okay because I got my convertible Mercedes right now, and it's a black one. Her name is BB, Black Beauty, and she has peanut butter seats, so I love it. So now what I'm going to do is move a little forward because after I manifested all of that stuff that I just showed you, then my friend, my best friend, Goddess, also known as Eldana, she was working on her vision boards and I was working on my vision boards, and we had both manifested the things that we had already wanted. And so she said, well, let's do some more vision boards. I said, all right, cool. So I asked myself, what do I want? I was like, okay, I want some money. So what I did was I created my vision board for money. And it says money magnet. And up here was probably going to be on this side. Sister, strike it rich. I believe in the power of dreams. Income for life. And I chose this young lady right here because she's about my complexion and about my size. And then I just put that strip, the income for life, over her face because it wasn't my face. So when I was looking at it, though, I wanted it to like feel like me, right? And then down here, I got feel the energy. I make money, toast to success. And I made this one in July of 2005. I just happen to have the date on the back of this one. And then a few months after I made this vision board and I was focusing on it, the apartment building that I was living in Detroit, off the water, they decided to go condo. So they were no longer going to have us live in there in the apartments. They gave us first dibs on being able to purchase a condo, and then they were going to sell them to us, who the residents who had the apartments, cheaper than they would sell it to everybody else. And so I was trying to get this condo, and I put my down payment in, and just so happened I couldn't get finance for it at the time. And I'm glad that I didn't, because that was the time where a little bit after that, that 2008 market crash, the housing market crash, where they had the balloon payment. So I probably would have got caught up in one of those. So everything is in divine order. It didn't happen for me. But what did happen for me is that because I put the down payment on it, they allowed me to like decorate that baby the way I wanted. So I had marble countertops, beautiful faucets, mirrors on the closet doors, everything. It was beautiful. It was hooked up, right? And I knew somebody who knew somebody, right? So they helped me to find a buyer for my place. And so when I actually bought it, I got it from the money from somebody else and I was able to flip it. And as a result of flipping it, everybody got a piece of the pie and I got my piece of the pie. And voila, I made some money. And so here's a picture of me on my bed and with some of the money. I wanted to bring home some of the money so that I can take pictures with it. So that's right, that's me on my bed. And I'm toasting to success. And I'm toasting to success because on my vision board down here in the corner, I got my little toast to success. And so as a result of making this, Sister Strike It Rich, right? And keeping my mindset focused on money, right? But not just money. And I want to say that for all of you who are listening, money is two subjects because a lot of people will say, well, you know what? I focus on money and it didn't show up for me. So money is more than just one subject. Money has a couple of subjects. It's the having of it and the not having of it. So if you're focused on money, then you have to really be mindful of the thoughts you focus on to make sure that your thoughts are in alignment with the having of it. Because if you don't have it, chances are you've been looking around your environment and focusing on, I don't have that, or I don't have enough to pay that, or I don't have enough for that right there. So you just got to use your imagination to create the life that you want by focusing on the glass being half full as opposed to the glass being half empty. So now, I just gave you all some real talk. I showed you my personal image pages, my personal vision boards, where I used my imagination to create the life that I want. So this is a real thing. This is absolutely a real thing. And remember, when I started out with my vision boards, which go back 30 years, I was on welfare. Right now, I'm a doctor, but back then I was on welfare. And a lot of the stuff that I created, I manifested that stuff while I was on welfare. So you too can create what it is that you want to create. But what you have to do is you have to use your imagination, whether it be through the vision boards that I just showed you, or whether you're doing visualizations where you're closing your eyes and on that big screen in your mind's eye, you're focusing on those things that you want to experience, or whether you're doing affirmations. And I've done all of them, so I recommend doing all of them. And in my book, like I had mentioned earlier, I Rewired My Brain, My Journey to Freedom, I talk about how my brain was wired when I was a child, but it wasn't wired to win. It wasn't programmed to win in a lot of aspects. So I had to rewire my brain. And in my book, I Rewired My Brain, My Journey to Freedom, I put in that book the tools and strategies that I utilized to rewire my brain. And utilizing these vision boards was one of the tools and strategies. And it's also important to know that in addition to my book, I have the workbook, I'm Rewiring My Brain, My Journey to Freedom, because the workbook is for you to utilize the tools and strategies that I utilized to be able to rewire your own brain. So you first got to get in there and see how your brain is programmed so you can weed out those programs that you don't want, and you can plant those seeds for the new programs that you do want to be in there. Because thoughts are things that manifest themselves in the universe. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. And as part of that, we have an imagination that's so powerful that when we utilize it in the right way, we can create the things that we want in life. So I encourage you today to get started on your own vision boards. What do you have to lose? Start going through magazines, brochures, finding pictures, words, and images that reflect what it is that you want to experience. And then put those to use by creating your own vision boards. Now, I've done another video that talked about vision boards, so you can go to that one and get more details about it. But right here, you just saw my evidence that this stuff really works. Real talk. It works hands down. You too can use your imagination to create the life that you want. Thank you for listening. And if you've liked this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family. And if you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, then please subscribe so that you can be attuned to all of the other videos that I upload on how to help you to become the highest version of yourself. Thank you.